It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. Boy, Nicole, you throw her on the air on her second day on the job.
I know. Everybody, welcome Eden. Eden, you say your last name because I'm going to butcher it.
Zenisek.
Zenisek.
Oh, that's an easy name.
Yeah, it's a pretty easy one.
Well, when she first came, she just got married, so we had her coming in as a bloom, and that was easy.
You could handle that?
Then she shows up, and all of a sudden she's a married woman, you know? So
you throw those Z's and K's in there, and it becomes confusing.
You think it's hard for you? She had to learn how to write that.
She had to go through all the work and change it, huh?
Nicole Sipos from Indiana Borough and Eden Zenisek with us this morning, presented by Marcus and Mack. Voted best law firm and best personal injury lawyer 3 years in a row in the Best of Indiana County contest. Visit them online at marcusandmack.com. So, Nicole, what are Eden's jobs going to be? Because you can't just have just one.
No. She's going to kind of tag along and learn everything about Indiana Borough. And she is going to be the person behind the Contact Us email. So if anybody has any questions or, concerns, that email, that's going to go to Eden, and she's going to figure out how to handle the public and deal with that. She's going to be the one updating everybody on our social media accounts and getting the information out on our webpage and our Facebook and anything going on.
So she's going to spend a lot of time working out the fingers.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
What have you done before? What other jobs?
Oh,
there have been a ton of them,
yeah, there's been a ton of them. Most recently, I come from a project management and heavy highway construction. Prior to that, I was in the coaching realms in the collegiate sector, so I have a lot of experience in higher education. And then prior to that, I worked in healthcare, once again, in project management. All of those kind of in the social media and communications side, so I'm excited to help out with our communications and grants.
What did you coach?
Cross country and track and field.
There you go. Yeah. There you go. Anytime we need expertise.
Yeah.
Contact us. We'll just contact you.
She's going to fit right in over there. There's a lot of, we like to talk about sports.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, so we also like to talk about what's going on in Indiana Borough. Nicole, what you got?
Yeah, so Public Works is out there with this beautiful weather. They are picking up limbs right now. So if you have your limbs, get them out there. They are working in the, what's still considered the first ward, and they're making their way through all the different wards in the borough. So limb pickup is this week. Then next week, leaves. So now leaves will probably be a couple weeks. So start getting those leaves raked up to the curb. Again, the limbs and the leaves get pushed to the curb, and then our Public Works crew will be along to pick them up.
Yeah. And it's different. White Township, they're doing leaves this week, and they bag them up into those biodegradable bags. Here you don't want them bagged up.
Nope, no bags. You just rake them to the curb. So, or closest to, the...
Limbs this week, the limit on their diameter is
6 feet.
Yeah.
Right?
6 inches diameter.
Yeah. And they get chipped up, right?
Yes, they get through a chipper. Yep.
All right. Yeah. So all of that happens.
Yes. So that is happening right now. One thing I do want to make announcement before we talk a little bit about budget stuff. November 5th council meeting. Because of the election, right now our temporary meetings are held at the Annex building. Yeah. But that's where the poll is for the voting. So November 5th council meeting is moved to the fire station on Philly Street. So that's where our council
5th and Philly?
5th and Philly, yeah.
Okay.
That's where our council meeting will be on November 5th. And then also coming up in November is something we haven't had at the borough for a long time. We're having a public hearing on November 19th at 6:30 regarding an application for a liquor license transfer. We haven't had a liquor license transferred into a borough for some time now. So that's kind of a new process for me that I haven't gone through yet.
Where's that license coming from? What municipality?
It's coming from Township of Conemaugh.
Oh, okay, from Conemaugh Township.
Yeah.
All right. So
big discussion that's going to be happening with council and over the next couple weeks is the budget process. As we all know, budget time's here, and cost is going up, and it's no different for Indiana Borough. We have some obligations with the union and just our public safety obligations, our community obligations. So With that being said, one of the big discussions is going to be to come up with the shortfall of right now. The budget's about a shortfall of about $500 and some thousand dollars, which out of a $6.7 million budget is not horrible. I think
Not horrible, but not insignificant either.
No, correct. So one of the big topics is going to be how do we come up with that shortfall? Looking at the fees and the current fees at our fee structure for Indiana Borough, and obviously one of the questions will be about taxes and maybe doing a slight increase in taxes. And I know when residents hear that, they hear tax increase, but again, Indiana Borough hasn't. We raised taxes one time in the last 5 years. Maybe that's one of the reasons we're here today is because maybe over time we should have raised taxes slightly, but we didn't. And all the departments, everybody's doing a wonderful job keeping within budget, cutting cost, staying within their means of their budget. But again, we have a service to Indiana community, the Indiana and the community here. We have our public safety takes up 53% of our budget. So, and we have a great community, and our safety is, top priority. So I think the community would they don't want to see anything change when it comes to that.
Well, nobody wants to see their taxes go up, but at the same time, no one wants to feel unsafe, and so security becomes a really big issue. Indiana Borough recognizes that. So when budget season comes around, you have options. Yeah. The options are find another way to raise revenue or find another way to cut costs. And you don't want to cut services unless you absolutely have to.
Our public works takes up another 22% of our budget. And, services like going around and picking up leaves, doing, after Christmas time, they'll do
the tree
pickup, the events and that's happening with more and more events, which is great. Again, that costs the borough money, and it's, we need to staff and people out there to make sure everybody's safe with road closures.
Yeah. All right. So, and of course, employees, they need their cost of living increases as well. And there are contracts that must be honored. And so all of those things play into the whole mix.
Yeah.
And every year you get to this point and you look at numbers and
we crunch a lot of numbers.
Your eyes cross. And
yeah. So we welcome anybody to come, to listen to what the history, the story, why we're coming up with these numbers. It's just hard to say, when we pronounce, the borough's doing an increase. Well, the increase is happening because of, and again, you see a building renovation project going on there. Again, that's not affecting the budget. That's something that needed to be done over the last 10 years, and it didn't, and we're slowly working on, fixing that problem.
Yeah. Okay. So that discussion happens when?
Tonight at 7 at the administration meeting.
Okay. Yeah. And that's across the street at the annex.
Yes, at the annex. Yep.
All right. So those are some big issues. What else do you have? Anything?
Other than that, then we'll just getting ready for a couple things. Like again, November we'll talk. We'll try to pass the fee schedule, the ordinances for the taxes, and a couple of those ordinances will be passed at the November meeting, and then hopefully December we'll have the one council meeting, and then if we need to have any other committee meetings in December, we'll have them, but mostly December meetings get canceled.
Yeah.
So give everybody a little break for the holidays.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Either. All right. So, hey, there's the phone.
I know.
Give that to Eden.
Maybe they heard they didn't like what they heard on the radio.
I have a few things I can tell you. Let's return for just a second. We're almost out of time, but we do want to return to the limb collection. Now we're talking limbs here, no garden waste and stuff like that.
No, correct. Just limbs.
Just limbs.
Tree branches, anything falling from.
And when it's leaves next week, it's not limbs and it's not garden waste then either.
Correct. Just leaves.
All right. Just making that clear for everybody.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. So we're good?
We're good.
We're good. Eden, good to meet you.
Yeah, nice. Thanks for having me.
Have some fun in the job, too. Around this lady, that's not hard to do. You'll have fun. All right. It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. 22 minutes after 9 o'clock. Boomer Sports coming up just a couple of moments away from now. We need to get to Money Matters, and for that, we turn to Aaron Rayall.
It's a light week in terms of economic reports. Existing home sales are due Wednesday, along with the Fed Beige Book. New home sales and weekly jobless claims follow on Thursday. Things wrap up Friday with data on consumer sentiment. With the holiday travel season on the way, most people say they are changing their travel plans due to inflation. Bankrate senior industry analyst Ted Rossman says a lot of people are cutting back.
83% of holiday travelers are making adjustments due to inflation. That's pretty staggering. I mean, it's hard to get 83% of people to agree on anything.
Rossman says people are picking less expensive destinations and hotels.
The specific changes they're making include traveling for fewer days. That's the biggest modification. 28% are driving instead of flying.